Hey everyone, and welcome to the first day of BOOKMAS. I am literally so excited because this is the first year that I'm doing this on this channel, and I just had so many great video ideas, and so I thought BOOKMAS would be the best way for me to share them all with you guys. So on Black Friday, I recently purchased a bunch of David's tea, and like this isn't affiliated at all. I just wanted to like share, I don't know, amazing news. Is it amazing news? I don't know. But like I purchased a bunch of different flavors of David's tea, and this is the first time I'm trying one out, and this is the pistachio ice cream flavor, and it's black tea, and it is so incredibly good. I also had bought myself a little like tea pot, I guess. Yeah, it's a glass teapot where you can brew loose leaf tea in it, because I want to get into more of loose leaf tea, especially since I've kind of like gotten tired of all the flavors in the store of the tea bags. So I really want to do loose leaf tea and maybe find a tea shop around here. But right now I'm really loving this pistachio ice cream of the David's tea. It's absolutely delicious. And if you want to get a teapot just like mine, I just got it off of Amazon. I think it was like $12. And so I'll leave the link down below, because I actually am really enjoying it, and I'm thinking of buying it for a couple of my family members who really like tea as well. It's like the cutest, perfect, like, I don't know, gift for Christmas for a tea lover. I really like it. It's like cuter than I expected it to be. Anyway, so today's video is going to be, I guess, my most anticipated for 2020, or you could call it like all I want for Christmas, but I know I'm not gonna get all these for Christmas, obviously, because they're not coming out. But this is my list of most anticipated books from January of 2020 all the way until, I think some of them run into maybe June of 2020. I'm not exactly sure. A lot of them actually come out in March, I believe. I think most of them are like March just seems really popular, but we're gonna go through. I'm not going in any certain order. Over the last couple months, I just kept a Goodreads shelf for my most anticipated, like just a little tag, and so that's what I have. I think I have about 20. First, we have You Were There Too by Coleen Oakley, and I actually just received this copy from NetGalley, so I have like an e-arc of it, and I'm really excited. I'm really hoping to read it within December. I would really like to. I don't know, it just feels very like December and New Year's vibes on the cover. This is expected to publish on February 7th of 2020, and this is about this lady who I think is married, and she has this dream of being married to like a different man, and then I think in real life she actually meets this man, and then it makes her think like, what if I kind of pursued my dream of going with this other guy. So that's like really interesting. The synopsis is like something that I've never really heard about before, and I really like when romances don't have the same tropes over and over again, and they're like something more original, and I'm really just excited to read this one. Next up on my list, I have Behind Every Lie by Christina McDonald, and I'm really excited for this one. It publishes March 4th of 2020. I read her first book, The Night Olivia Fell. I had put it on a 5-star prediction video, and I had rated it 4 stars. It was actually really good, very emotional. It's more of a mystery than a thriller, so I'm wondering if this one is going to be the same, where it's more of a mystery than a thriller. This one says, if you can't remember it, how do you prove you didn't do it? This lady wakes up in a hospital after being struck by lightning and discovers her mother cat has been murdered. Eva was found unconscious down the street. She can't remember what happened, but the police are highly suspicious of her. She's going to clear her name. So I think this is going to be more of a mystery again, and it also says, it's a domestic thriller, but we'll see. But it says it explores the complicated nature of mother and daughter relationships, family trauma. So it does kind of sound a lot like The Night Olivia Fell, like with the mother-daughter relationship. It sounds like it's gonna be more of a slow thriller, so in my opinion, I'm gonna just try and go into it thinking of it as a mystery book. The next book, I am like so excited. It sounds absolutely amazing, and it's The Two Lives of Lydia Bird, and this one's going to be published January 30th of 2020, and I want to get my hands on a copy so bad, because it reminds me of Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is like one of my all-time favorite books like ever. This is actually by the author of One Day in December, which I am hoping to read like actually this month in December, so I'm really hoping that I like that one, and then it'll make me even more excited, even though I don't think I could be more excited for this book. This is about Lydia and Freddie and Lydia. They'd been together for more than a decade, and Lydia thought their love was indestructible, but she was wrong. On her 28th birthday, Freddie died in a car accident, so now it's just Lydia, and all she wants to do is hide indoors and sob until her eyes fall out. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. So Lydia is pulled into a doorway of her past, living 2 lives, impossibly at once. And I'm like really excited for that. For some reason, I just love time travel or like alternate universes, but that aren't in like a sci-fi book. Like I love when people put those in like a romance contemporary type of setting. And so I'm so excited for this book. I literally cannot wait. The next book that I have on my list is The Sunken Motel, and this is by Simone St. James. This is gonna be published March 18th of 2020. I actually honestly have not read The Broken Girls yet. It is on my shelf back here. And so I'm hoping to get this read before The Sunken Motel actually comes out. But I am really, really excited. Everyone just raves about her books so much. And so I really want to read both of her books, and I'm really excited for The Sunken Motel. This one is also like more of a ghosty type of setting, just like I think The Broken Girls is. And this is in upstate New York in 1982. I think someone goes missing at this motel, and then it fast forwards to the future. Yeah, 35 years. The niece of the person that like actually went missing, I think, goes to like find her or something. So that's really, really exciting. The next book on my list is The Swap by Robin Harding, and this comes out July 23rd of 2020. So I've read 1 book so far. I've read The Arrangement, and I gave it about 3 stars. And then I also have Her Pretty Face, which is on my TBR here for December, and it's actually the live show that I'm doing at the end of December. And so I'm definitely going to be reading that by the end of December, and I'm hoping that I like that one a little bit more than The Arrangement. But The Swap sounds absolutely amazing. So this book is about, I don't know, these people like swap partners, and I don't know, that like, I think it's, Robin Harding has like some really interesting concepts in her book, because in The Arrangement we were all talking about like, it's all about sugar daddies and sugar babies and stuff like that, and that was like such an interesting concept, and I love this concept of swapping partners. Not that I would ever do it, I love reading about this stuff, but so crazy. Like, oh my gosh, it says, but then one of the women becomes pregnant. This sounds like a book right up my alley, and I am so excited for this. Cannot wait for that one to come out. All right, so another one I have on my list is He Started It by Samantha Downing. This one is going to be published May 28th of 2020, and I did read My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing, and I think I gave it 4 stars. So I'm interested to see what this one's going to be about. So this one is about a grandfather who dies and leaves a cryptic final message for the siblings to like figure out. And I think they do a cross-country road trip, and it's gonna be just about like secrets, missing persons, revenge, all of that type of stuff. So that sounds pretty interesting. Next up on my list is The Donor by Claire McIntosh, and this is expected to publish on March 20th of 2020. This one, I actually haven't read Claire McIntosh's other book. I forget what it was called, but I was gonna read it for, I think, Contemporary-a-thon, and it has like the yellow cover. After the End, I think that's what it's called, is After the End. But this one sounds really, really good, and I really like her books because they seem very emotional. Even though I haven't read them, I've heard that they're super emotional. She gave you everything, but what does she want in return? When Lizzie's daughter Meg is given a life-saving heart transplant, Lizzie feels hugely grateful to the nameless donor. Then she receives a letter from the donor's mother, Karen, asking to meet, and it seems like the least she can do. So I think I didn't finish reading it, but I think there's gonna be a mystery with this donor. I don't know if they're gonna hold it over their heads or what. Next up on the list is The Wife and the Widow by Christian White, and this is gonna be published February 21st, 2020, and I do have an e-arc of this on NetGalley that I'm hoping to get to fairly soon. So this is a thriller that's on like an winter island, and it follows 2 perspectives, one of a widow and one of, I guess, a wife. So it's gonna be a mystery about a dead husband's like secret life. So that sounds interesting. I think I requested it because I really like the island aspect, especially with the winter island. That sounds pretty cool. Next up is A Half Sister by Sandy Jones, and this is going to be published July 16th of 2020. I am super excited for this because I have loved every single one of Sandy Jones' books. I have given 5 stars to The Other Woman, and I gave 4.5 stars to The First Mistake. I just really enjoy her writing. I feel like it's super easy to read, and I cannot wait to read this one. Plus the cover is just gorgeous. This one doesn't have it doesn't really have a description. It just says, it's a new domestic suspense novel about a family who is forever changed when a stranger arrives at their door. So that's all that Goodreads says about it. Next up is The Wife Stalker by Liv Constantine, and this is going to be published June 19th of 2020. I have not read The Last Mrs. Parrish yet. It is actually on my shelf. I got it from Book Outlet, and I have heard great things, so I'm really, really excited. But this is her newest novel, and so this is going to be a psychological thriller. It says, about a woman fighting to hold on to the only family she's ever loved. How far will she go to preserve it? So this is going to be on a seaside paradise, and I don't know, it's a very long synopsis, so I don't think I'm gonna read it. But it looks like there's 2 different women, but I'm like really, really excited because it looks like this one lady is paranoid about her ex-husband and children, so I don't know. But it sounds really, really good, and I'm definitely excited to read that one. Next up on my list is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, and this is gonna be published August 7th of 2020. Now, I am a huge fan of Riley Sager. I have read every single one of his books, and I had given 5 stars to his first 2 books, so Final Girls and The Last Time I Lied. And then Lock Every Door was one of my most anticipated for 2019, and that one was just okay to me. I only gave it 3 stars because I don't really like the slow burn thrillers that have become popular in the last year. Home Before Dark does sound like it's going to be almost like Lock Every Door. So I am a little nervous, but since I really love his writing in general, I'm still like really excited to read this, and of course I'm going to try and read it as soon as it's published. So this one is about a haunted house, I believe, and this girl Maggie who restores older homes. So she goes to this house that her father had said has ghosts in it, and she's trying to like prove that this house isn't haunted. So that does sound like really interesting. I'm just hoping it's gonna be more fast-paced. All right, next on my list is Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed, and this one comes out January 31st, 2020, and I think it's read now on NetGalley as an e-arc at the time of me talking. I don't know how long it's gonna be like that, but I also reached out to the publishers, and they are sending me a final copy of this book, so I am super, super excited because it sounds like just an amazing book that really makes you think about what is happening in today's day and age. So this is a page-turning and big-hearted story about race and privilege set around a young Black babysitter, her well-intentioned employer, and a surprising connection that threatens to undo them both. So something happens with this babysitter, and people are like blaming her for something that wasn't her fault. So I'm really, really excited to read this book, and the cover is just gorgeous. Okay, next on my list is The God Game by Danny Toby, and this is going to be set to publish February 7th of 2020, and I believe my friend Heather is sending me a copy because she had won 2 arcs, and so I'm really, really excited to get this book. So this one says, you are invited, come inside and play with GOD. Bring your friends, it's funny, but remember the rules. Win and all your dreams come true, lose and you die. And that's all I'm gonna say. It's just a video game run by like underground hackers. It sounds amazing. Like, I loved Ready Player One, and to me it sounds just like Ready Player One, but yeah, I'm so, so excited. I love books that involve games, and I love technology and hackers, and I don't know, it just sounds great. Next up on my list is The Return by Rachel Harrison, and this one is set to release March 19th, 2020. And thanks to my friend Nadia, I actually already have an ARC copy, so I'm super, super excited. Again, she had won 2 copies, and so she sent me one, and I'm really excited. This one says her friend disappeared, a stranger came back. I forget if this is YA or an adult horror book, but I've heard people say that it's actually a little weird, but I'm all for weird, and I'm really, really excited. Yeah, so it says that this is about a group of friends who reunite after one of them has been missing for 2 years, and I think she doesn't, the one that went missing has no memory of where she's been or what happened to her. I'm super, super excited to read this because I love amnesia type of books, and I'm all for horror books and weirdness. Okay, next up on my list is The Mother Code by Carol Stivers. Stivers or Stivers, I'm not sure. This one comes out May 5th of 2020, and this is a dystopian novel. This is set in 2049, and it says the survival of the human race is at risk. The Earth's inhabitants must turn to their last resort, a plan to place genetically engineered children inside the cocoons of large-scale robots to be incubated, birthed, and raised by machines. That sounds absolutely amazing. Cannot wait. I haven't read a good dystopian novel in a really, really long time. And so I'm really, really looking forward to this because I think it's an adult dystopian novel, and I feel like a lot of times dystopians are more young adult, and I don't read a whole bunch of young adult, so I cannot wait to get my hands on a copy of that one. Next up on my list is a book that I was so privileged to win in a giveaway on Instagram, and it's been one of my most anticipated for 2020, and I'm about to read it here in December, and I'm so excited. And it is Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Roble. I am so excited. This doesn't come out until March 17th of 2020, and this is about a girl who her whole life she believed that she was too allergic and couldn't do anything. Her mom, I guess, told her that her whole life, and now her mom is in jail for 5 years because she like made this girl live in a wheelchair and practically live at the hospital her whole life. Or it's her daughter, actually. You know, that's crazy that your mom would like do that to you. So her mom, I think, is about to get out of jail, and the daughter now wants to like get revenge on her. I think that's what it's about. I am so excited. I cannot believe that I actually like won that book, and yeah, I like literally cannot wait to start reading it. This next book I am like so excited to read. Like, again, it sounds almost like Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I just like, oh, I love that so much. It is In 5 Years by Rebecca Cyril. I think that's how you say her name. And this doesn't come out until April 3rd of 2020. This sounds so amazing. It's about a lawyer who just like, I guess, did the most important interview of her career, and she got the job. Her boyfriend just proposed to her. She goes to sleep knowing she is on the right track to achieve her 5-year plan. When she wakes up, she's in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger and beside a different man. And the television says that it is 2025, so it's 5 years in the future. And so, of course, like, she's just like shocked. And then I think it goes back to the 5 years before that, and she wakes up again and she questions everything that she thought she knew about her life. Like, she was pretty certain, I guess, of everything that she wanted in life. And then having seen what 5 years from now could look like, you know, now she doesn't know. And oh my gosh, I just love books like this so much. Like, I love books that make you question things, that make you, you know, wonder about your life. And I don't know, like, if something like that happened to me, I don't know what I would do, because like, oh my gosh, I like cannot wait to read this book. I am so excited for it. I need to get a copy like right away. Okay, the next book is You Are Not Alone by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I am really excited because I've read all of their duo books, and I think I've rated their other duo books like 4 stars each. One of them was An Anonymous Girl, and the other one before that was The Wife Between Us. And so I'm all caught up with them, and I've read all of their books. This one says, you probably know someone like Shay Miller. She wants to find love, but it eludes her. And there's some more stuff. Then it says, you probably don't know anyone like the Moore sisters. They have an unbreakable circle of friends. Shay thinks she wants their life, but what they really want is hers. I have no clue what this book is about, but I'm totally gonna read it, and I'm really excited for it to come out. It'll come out April 3rd of 2020. Next up is 8 Perfect Murders by Peter Swanson, and this is gonna be released April 3rd of 2020. I'm really excited to read this one. I've read a couple Peter Swanson books so far, and although he's not like my all-time favorite author, I still enjoy his writing style, so I do want to catch up and read all of his books. This one, I believe, is about a bookseller who finds himself at the center of an FBI investigation because a very clever killer has started using his list of fiction's most ingenious murders. So this guy, like, I think he wrote a book or a magazine article or whatever about the 8 perfect murders. and like how people got away with them, and then an actual murderer is using those 8 perfect murders to like murder people. So that sounds like really crazy, actually. Next up is Dead to Her by Sarah Pinborough, and this is set to release March 11th, 2020, and I actually just received an e-art copy on NetGalley, so I'm really hoping to read this in the next month or two. I really enjoyed Sarah Pinborough's first novel, Behind Her Eyes. I know a lot of people, or some people, didn't like it, but I think I rated it 5 stars. So I'm really excited for this one. This one says, being the second wife can be murder. Once a cheat, always a cheat, they say. Ooh, is it about cheating? I love that. Ooh, and about revenge? That sounds really great. So I'm here for that because I love domestic thrillers, especially with the cheating and all of that type of stuff. Cannot wait. Okay, we only have a couple more to go. I'm so sorry that this video is like so long, but there are so many books that I'm so excited for, you guys. Next up is His and Hers by Alice Feeney, and I don't know when this is supposed to be published actually, because Goodreads says it's supposed to be published December 31st, 2019, and I know that that's not correct. I don't know when this is actually gonna come out, but it also doesn't even have a cover yet, I don't think. I don't know, this is what Goodreads shows me. Don't know about that, but I love Alice Feeney. I am a huge fan of her. I absolutely loved Sometimes I Lied. Love that book so much. It was one of the best thrillers I've ever read in my life. And then her latest book, I Know Who You Are, was still okay. Like, I still liked it. I think I gave it 4 stars. The ending was just weird. But I am so excited for this. Like, this is one of my most anticipated because I will legit read anything that she writes. It says, there are 2 sides to every story, yours and mine, ours and theirs, his and hers, which means someone is always lying. That sounds amazing. So I believe, I'm hoping it's a domestic thriller. Yeah, I think it's about this lady and her ex-husband, and there's a murder that happens. So I'm really excited because I love domestic thrillers. They're my absolute favorite thriller to ever read ever. Okay, next up is Little Secrets by Jennifer Hillier, and this comes out May 21st, 2020. And I actually have not read Jar of Hearts yet, even though everyone has told me to read it, and I can get it at the library. I just haven't put it on my list to read yet. I mean, it's on my list to read, I just haven't gotten there. So I'm really excited, and I can't wait to read her first book and also read this one. It says, a mother driven to the edge by the disappearance of her son learns her husband is having an affair with the woman who might have kidnapped him. Cannot wait to read this. That's a huge synopsis. I am not gonna read that whole thing. Just that right there makes me want to read this. Last but not least, one of my favorite authors, and I have read every single one of her books, is B.A. Paris and her book, The Dilemma, which should be coming out February 23rd of 2020. I have read her other 3 books. I have loved, like, Behind Closed Doors is one of my favorite thrillers ever. That's one of the thrillers that like got me back into reading. Love that book so much. And then The Breakdown was still really good. I think I rated it like 4 stars, I believe, but I really did like that one. And then the most recent one, I don't even remember what it was called, but it was kind of forgettable to me, and I think I only rated it like 3 stars. It was kind of boring, but I have been waiting for her to write another book, and I am so excited. I hope that I really love this one because I love her writing style. This says, it's Livia's 40th birthday, and tonight she's having a party she's been planning for a long time. The only person missing will be her daughter, Marnie. But Livia has a secret she's been keeping from Adam, her husband, until the party is over. Because how can she tell him that although she loves Marnie, she's glad their daughter won't be there to celebrate with her? That sounds amazing. Cannot wait. Those are all of the books that I am most anticipating for 2020. I know that list is huge, and I think it only went from what, like January to August, so there's definitely going to be more books that I'm anticipating like in the second half of the year. There's so many good ones. Like, I cannot wait to read all of those. Like, oh my gosh, 2020 already seems like it's gonna be an amazing year for new thriller books. They all sound just so amazing. Anyway, let me know down in the comments if you are anticipating any of these books that I talked about, or if you think that there's any books that I like missed. Definitely let me know, because I really want, I mean, I'm totally fine with adding more books to this list. There haven't been very many romances that I've been anticipating, so maybe I've like not seen all of the ones that are coming out. I don't know. Definitely leave me a comment if you think I would like a book. I will put it on my most anticipated list. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 2 of BOOKMAS. Bye everyone.